The year is 1939. The world stands on the precipice of a conflict that will reshape history forever. Europe is on the brink of war, with nations mobilizing their forces and alliances being tested to their limits. The air is thick with tension and uncertainty. And at its center stands Adolf Hitler, a figure whose ambitions and actions will plunge the world into chaos. You think you know his story, the rise of a dictator who captivated and manipulated millions with his fiery rhetoric and grandiose visions. But beneath the surface lies a labyrinth of secrets, a web of deceit and power struggles that fuel the Nazi regime. Over the next few minutes, we'll journey into the heart of the Third Reich, exploring the corridors of power where decisions that changed the course of history were made. To reveal the man behind the myth, we will delve into his private moments, his interactions with close associates, and the inner workings of his mind. This is not just a story of war, but a story of ambition, manipulation, and the dark allure of power. Join us as we uncover the shadow of a dictator. Our story begins in Vienna, a city of grandeur and cultural richness, where the arts flourished and dreams were born. In this vibrant city, a young Adolf Hitler dreamt of artistic acclaim. He envisioned himself as a celebrated painter, his works admired in galleries and by critics alike. However, reality struck hard. Twice rejected by the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts, his dreams were shattered. Each rejection letter was a blow to his ego, fueling a growing frustration and bitterness. With his artistic ambitions thwarted, Hitler's path took a dark turn. He found himself in post-war Germany, a nation grappling with economic hardship, political instability, and widespread discontent. The Treaty of Versailles had left the country humiliated and its people desperate. Amidst this turmoil, Hitler discovered a new talent: oratory. With a voice that could stir the masses, he began to speak at rallies, addressing the grievances of the disillusioned and the angry. His speeches were filled with fervor and a promise of a restored Germany. He manipulated fear and despair, using propaganda to spread his message. The Nazi Party, once a fringe group, began to swell in numbers. People, desperate for change, were drawn to his vision of a new order. As his influence grew, so did his ambition. The seeds of dictatorship were sown, and the world would soon witness the rise of one of history's most infamous regimes. From a failed artist to a dictator, Hitler's ascent to power was marked by manipulation, ambition, and a ruthless drive for control. Power reveals the true nature of a man, and Hitler was no exception. A committed vegetarian, he believed in spiritual purification through diet. He consulted astrologers, seeking guidance from the stars. These habits paint a complex portrait of a man driven by contradictory impulses. The human story is often one of relationships, and Hitler's life was no exception. Despite his public persona as a ruthless dictator, his private life revealed a different side. His relationship with Eva Braun, a young woman who was deeply infatuated with him, offers a glimpse into the personal life of one of history's most infamous figures. His relationship with Eva Braun was complex, a mixture of affection and manipulation. Eva Braun was not just a passive figure. She was deeply involved in Hitler's life, often seen by his side during private moments. She provided him with a semblance of normalcy amidst the chaos of war. However, their relationship was far from ordinary. Hitler kept her hidden from the public eye, and their interactions were often dictated by his moods and the pressures of his political life. Surrounded by loyal followers, cracks appeared as the war turned against Germany. Hitler's inner circle, including figures like Himmler and Goebbels, began to show signs of strain. The pressures of a losing war effort and the constant threat of betrayal weighed heavily on Hitler. His once unshakable confidence began to waver, and the loyalty of those around him was tested. In the end, his own ambitions and hateful ideology led to his downfall. As the Allies advanced and Berlin lay in ruins, Hitler retreated to his bunker, isolated and increasingly paranoid. The man who once commanded the fervent loyalty of millions was now a shadow of his former self. His relationship with Eva Braun, which had once provided him with comfort, ended in tragedy as they both chose to end their lives rather than face capture. The hidden truth about Hitler's personal life reveals the complexities and contradictions of a man whose actions changed the course of history. The rise and fall of Hitler is a reminder of the fragility of peace. Understanding how he rose to power is as important as understanding his defeat. The Allied forces fought with unwavering resolve, united against tyranny. A new world order emerged, committed to preventing such horrors from happening again. History is a living tapestry reflecting our capacity for both good and evil. The legacy of Hitler is a reminder of the need for vigilance against hatred. Share this story to remind others of the truth and strive for a future free from tyranny.